Photoshop Creature demo. So in this demo, I'm going to show you how to get started, and I'm going to show you how to do a couple things specific to creating your Photoshop creature. Hi everyone, meet Gunther the Destroyer. He's my fox, chicken, butterfly thing creature. So to get started, you're going to go to Photoshop and you're going to do over here, it should say new file, but it could say create new. It's depending on the version of Photoshop you're using. And then what we're going to do is we are going to go to print, and we're going to go to letter, which is the first one that's there. So hopefully everything looks like this. We're going to name it Photoshop Creature. You could spell out Photoshop if you want. 8.5 by 11 inches, 300 pixels per inch, and then you should be good. Go ahead and hit create. So we are going to build a Photoshop creature from various scrap parts of animals. So we're going to use Unsplash and Pexels to create these animals. So for my body, I'm going to want, let's say I want a lion body. Don't search in lion body. It's not going to work very well. You just want to search in lion, and you're going to see what comes up. Again, skip the premium and go straight down and try to find a good body. In fact, I might actually just use a lion head. We can change it up. So then we're going to hit download free, file, open, and we're going to go to our downloads folder and find that image. So now we have two versions of it. We have two tabs open. In this tab, I want to use one of my selection tools. Maybe it's my lasso, maybe it's my polygonal lasso. You might be able to use the object selection tool. Let's take a look. Let's click and drag over the head and see what it does. It's thinking a lot. Sorry about the delay in the video. If you're wondering what tool that was the object selection right underneath your other tools. That didn't do too bad. You could use that, or you could use the polygon lasso. It is definitely up to you. I think I'm going to use the object selection. So I'm going to do Command C to copy or edit copy. And then I'm going to come over here to Photoshop Creature and do Command V as in Victor or edit paste. So now we have a head. I can move it around with my move tool, and I hit Command T to resize, and I can always resize later depending on what layer I'm on. Now we also want to keep track of the layers, so you're going to want to name them. To name them, you just double click on the term layer 1 or layer 2, and you type in lion head or whatever makes sense to you. But this is part of your digital organization, so you'll need to label them. Now I'm done with this picture. I can exit out of that tab and find another one. So maybe this time I want a penguin body. And oh, look at that guy, he's dancing. Love it. We're going to download him. Go to File, Open, and get that body. So same thing, you're going to do this for 5 different animal parts. So you want 5 different animal parts. They can be feet, bodies, heads, arms, fins, horns, whatever you want to do. Command copy, like Command C, Command V to paste, Command T to transform. And let's say this body is obnoxiously right here, and I want to do a couple things with it. One thing I might want to do is rotate it. So I'm just going to hit Command T, and then I'm going to move my mouse outside the box, and that's going to allow me to rotate it. And then I want to put it behind the lion head. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to move the body layer, physically drag it underneath the lion head. and that allows me to have it behind. So think of it as collage pieces of paper, right? So you want to figure out how you want to layer those to make them look good. So you're going to need 5 different animal parts plus something else, something extra. So you might think of it literally as something extra and give them like a crown or some shoes or whatever it is you want to give them as an accessory, or you can give them that 6th animal part. Doesn't really matter. That's up to you. When you have your animal assembled and all together, you're going to need to add a background and a name banner. So I'm going to show you how to add a background. If you want to know how to add a name banner, we did that in Photoshop Lesson 1. So that would be a good video to go back and look at. So when you're ready for a background, you have to think about, all right, where does my new creature live? Maybe he lives on Mars. So we're going to find some pictures of Mars. And we're going to wait for them to load. All right. Oh, here's a great picture. Here's another great picture. I'm just going to hit download. These probably aren't actually of Mars, but they kind of look like it. And now your background, you're not going to file open it. You're actually going to file place embedded. So we're going to go here, file, place embedded. So again, that was file, place embedded. And now we're going to find that picture of Mars. There it is. And now I know it's going to be somewhere weird. It's cutting off his body. We're going to ignore that for now. And we're just going to make sure it fills the whole canvas. So I just zoomed out with Command minus to make sure it fills the whole canvas. And then I can move it one way or the other, depending on what I think is more interesting. And then I can hit the check mark up here or return on my keyboard. Now, of course, the background layer is not where it's supposed to be. We're going to rename it to background, and we're going to put it right above this locked background layer here. So that will remind you kind of what you need, where you need it. So again, the only thing missing from here is you need 5 animal parts plus something extra, and then you'll need to give him a name banner. And for that, you might want to go to Photoshop Lesson 1 for that, how to do that. There's also some student examples that you can look at. Now, when you're naming your creature, keep in mind that you are naming your creature. You're not putting your name on it. So just a little friendly reminder. If you want to add your name into the corner somewhere, you definitely can, if that's going to make it easier for you to find your project when you printed it out. Otherwise, when you have all your animal parts, something extra, a name banner, a background, all you have to do then is file, export, export as, and save it as a JPEG. That is my mini demo on how to do Photoshop Creature Summative Assignment for Photography 1.